Let's make some chocolate linguine. I'm going to be bad, but not too bad on this. You can replace the whole wheat flour with regular flour if you wish. I'm using mainly whole wheat flour, some durum, Hershey's cocoa, a couple of eggs, pure vanilla extract, chocolate shavings for later, a little sugar, light brown sugar, pinch of salt. First I'm going to make the dough, and then we'll go from there. I put all of the dry ingredients in the mixing bowl first, and I'm using the whip just to blend everything together, and then I'll change it to the dough hook. And you know what they say, it's all in the equipment. Now you can pour all of this onto a floured board and then make the dough, but this is so much easier. So a few minutes like this, so it's well blended, then we'll continue. The next I'm going to put the vanilla, pure vanilla extract, don't buy cheap stuff, it makes a difference. Then with the egg, whip up the egg, and then I'm going to slowly make the dough. So now I put the dough hook in, start this up slowly, and slowly pour the egg in. And this is going to be a very stiff dough. So I just keep running this until the dough forms in one ball, and then that's it. Then we'll get the machine next. So just keep on doing that until you have the ball one piece. Oh, one important item I don't want to forget, the olive oil. And while you're doing this, push down anything that's along the edges, the sides of the bowl. There are many variables here with the amount of the water that goes in there, more or less, the type of flour, your elevation, so many things. But when you get towards the end, see how it's coming together? Then we're going to have a nice dough. And if you can't get it together like this, and it looks too wet, and if it looks too dry, you add a few teaspoons of water. If it looks too wet, then just add another tablespoon or two of flour. And you need a nice stiff dough like this to make the pasta. So that's it, it's ready. So you know when the dough is right, hard, nice, nothing sticks, then we're ready to go to the next step. So I've had so many pasta machines already, all in one, and I found this is the best way to go. Make the dough, cut the dough, put it through here, and then you have the choice of linguine or spaghetti on this attachment and a motor drive. What could be, I shouldn't say what could be easier, it's easier if you just go to the store and buy it. But so now we're going to take a piece of pasta. Doesn't matter how big it is. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of cornmeal into my pan over here, because I'm going to lay it in there, and in between the layers I don't want anything to stick. So we're going to slowly do this. Slowly at the largest setting. And then I go to the next number 2. And then number 3. The numbers mean nothing to you. They mean nothing to me either. It's just the higher the number, the thinner the pasta is going to be. So you don't want to put a lot in there because, as you notice, look how long this is already. Now it's up to the individual how thick they want it. I'm just going to go for one more because I think the thicker the pasta is, or the linguine, especially since it's chocolate, the better it's going to taste. I could be wrong. Now see, I put a little bit too much in there. So I'll just lay that in there, and now sprinkle a little cornmeal on the piece that's being folded over. Okay, now before I make the rest, we're just going to change the machine over to the other piece and get the linguine made. Now this is going to be eaten by 2 people. One person likes whipped cream, and the other person likes plain yogurt. So we have that. We have the blueberries. We have the raspberries. And one person also enjoys having banana. So we put this in the refrigerator until later, and then on top of one, everybody is going to have the chocolate, semi-sweet chocolate, just shaved right on top. And the person that loves the whipped cream will put whipped cream on their dessert, and the other person who likes yogurt will put a few spoonfuls of yogurt. And maybe even more chocolate shavings. So there you go. That's fresh fruit on top of chocolate pasta. I hope you enjoy it. Now, we're going to finish this. A little cinnamon also. Some powdered cinnamon. All of this assists the flavor. Plenty of chocolate on there. And then I go, you know what? Powdered sugar. Now it's beautiful. And now you take your portion out, you put it on a plate. You add either whipped cream, like I said, or you can add some sweetened sour cream. Just add a little sugar to the sour cream, or not. Or yogurt with a little sugar in it, or not. So I'm having my portion just with plain Greek yogurt. My wife will be having hers with whipped cream. So that way everybody's happy. Enjoy. Now the machine is set up to just cut the pasta, so I don't want very long. Depends on the length that you want. So I'm going to cut it here. Just leave this over there. Now we turn the machine on. Drop the and there we have the linguine. I mean the fettuccine. Just sprinkle it like lightly over there. Cut another piece. The cornmeal is already on it, so that helps it from not sticking together. And I just lay it in there like so. Don't touch it anymore. Then we'll drop it right into the boiling water. So you continue like this without piling it on top of each other too much, spreading it out. If you need a couple of pans, you do that. Then after all the linguine is made, it's going to make a nice amount, then we're going to cook it. Now if you wrap this dough up, which I didn't, and that's why this just happened. And when that happens, just fold it over like that and start again. Now it'll come out in one piece. Because the air gets to this and dries out the outside a little, and now we're back in business again. This is just to show you what I do first. Just put all the sheets like this. Then you go about cutting all of them. Well, that's it. All the pasta's cut. That's how much we have. That's a good amount. And the pot of water is boiling. So we're going to cook the pasta, and it's going to cook very quickly. Then we're going to drain it. We're going to wash it off and drain it. It's not like this is going to be cold, eating cold, so you have to rinse the pasta off or it'll be all stuck together. So we have rapidly boiling water with a couple of tablespoons of salt. This basket's going to be in the sink. And after the pasta is cooked, I'll drain it, sit it back into this pot, and run cold water. So we get all the pasta in there as quickly as possible because this doesn't take long to cook. Now we just sit back and wait. After it boils, it should take about another maybe half a minute. And don't forget to use a lot of water when you're cooking pasta. It floats nicely, and this won't take long. Nothing stuck together. Now we're having a boil. Then to make sure you don't overcook it, you go in there. Now I'm a little premature, but still, you go in there and you take a piece. Almost. So like I said, after the boil, not even half a minute. Then we check it again. Like I said, it doesn't take long. 15 more seconds. You're chewing it, you want it a little bit al dente, and that's it. I'm getting a little chocolate flavor in there, and I didn't make it too sweet because I didn't want a lot of sugar, but more sugar can be added. Now if you can use a regular whipped cream topping, that's sweet. And that's it, we're done.